In this video, I'll show you how to bulk import and export a listing to your new directory website. Let's get straight into it. All right, so I'll also leave a link to this particular article in the description below, and we'll be using a WP or import and export to go ahead and import our data onto our directory website. So I'm going to log into my website. All right, we've already got our directory up and running. The first thing I would do personally, assuming this is a fresh installer, if it's not, I'd probably create a staging site and do your import and test on that staging site. Once everything's ready, then you can migrate it over to your live website. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and download the WP or import and export plugin. We will need the pro version for the import, and I'll create a separate workaround video to have in pro as well in the future. So I'm going to head over to Citadel WP Pro, navigate over to layouts, and I'm going to re-import our directory layout, right? So we want a fresh layout, and I'll explain why in a second. All right, so that's installed fine. I'm assuming you've already got all your custom fields, so this video won't cover that. I'm assuming you just want to bulk import and export it. What I'll do is I'd head over to items, and if this imported data doesn't map to your custom fields, which it probably won't if it's a custom field that you've created, then I'll just go ahead and create a new directory listing just so we've got that template there. So once you've got one listing with all the fields filled in, or all the relevant fields that you'll use moving forward filled in, then we just need to head over to all export, and then we can click on new export. All right, we'll select our post type, and our post type is items. Let's go ahead and customize this file. All right, so here we've got our available fields. So we've got standard. So we've already got ID, and we've already got title and content, so that's fine. Excerpt, if you're using it on your directory, then you just drag and drop it there. I'm not using it, so I'm just going to leave that blank. Media. Let's go to images, and I want to get the image path, right? So this is super important when I'm uploading my new listing. Then I want to also map out the image path so I can just bulk import the images as well. So I'm just going to drag and drop it here. Alt text, you can add that to the export if you plan to add alt text for each of your images. All right, so let's go to taxonomies, and I'm just going to select all here to add listing category and our listing location. All right, so let's keep scrolling down. Custom fields. So this is why I said to create all your custom fields and everything beforehand, right? So we can have all this information here. And then I'm just going to select all because I want to include all our custom fields onto our template. All right, so that's fine. Let's click on other. We'll add status as well. So when we're importing it, we can decide whether to set it to pending, publish, or any other status that you want. All right, fine. So I'm happy with everything. Let's click export type, and we want to export this into a CSV file, which is fine. So we'll click continue. We can also preview it as well, just to make sure we're getting the right data. I'm happy with everything. I'm just going to hit confirm and run. It says saying that the export's complete. Now we can click CSV to go ahead and download this file. All right, so I'm going to open Google Sheets. So I'm going to import that data in which we just export, and we've got our data here. So the ID is unique to WordPress. And if you're adding new listing to your website, then you won't need this. However, when it comes to editing existing listing, then this is where this ID will come in useful. Okay, we can just add the ID here, fill in the field in which we want to update. And then once we import it onto our website, it will automatically update that listing. So that's crucial. However, for new listing, we don't necessarily need the ID, right? WordPress will automatically assign an ID for us, and then we can reuse that in the future. All right, so we've got our listing name. We've got the content here, image path, and all the other custom fields that you've included. Everything's here. So you just want to go ahead and map out these fields beforehand. So you can do it afterwards, but it's just easier if we just structure our data from now on. And then when we import it, it's just a few clicks and then we'll be done. So this is one of the crucial steps, just making sure we map out our fields correctly. So we've got our address custom field, latitude, longitude, email address, and so on, right? Once we're happy with everything, we just click download and CSV. So I've already got it downloaded. So we just covered how to structure our CSV for import. Now we'll move on to importing our directory listings. So let's head back over to our dashboard. And before I do anything, because I'm just importing these items, which we've already got on the site, I'm going to go ahead and delete all of them apart from one. And we'll see why in a second, why we want to keep one of our listing. And let's make sure we clear this from our trash. Okay, fine. So now we've only got one listing on our directory. So to import it, we'll navigate over to all import and we'll click new import. Let's go ahead and upload the file in which we've just worked on. Okay, here where it says create new, we'll select item again, or items, and then we'll go ahead and select setup import. Now we just need to map out our data. So we'll select title and we'll drag it here. Content, we will put it there, and we don't have any excerpts, so we won't mess with that. And we'll select use image, currently in media library, and we'll just drag and drop it here. So where it says custom fields here, you can manually map it out, but that will take forever. Right, so this is what I mean when I say we can go ahead and manually map it out, right? But if we've already structured it beforehand, all we need to do is just go ahead and hit see detected fields, and it's automatically mapped all these 32 fields for us, which is great. Let's go to taxonomies and categories. We do want to import our listing categories, and we'll go ahead and select this option here to import our parent and child categories. And let's go ahead and select this option here, and we will select this option where it says separate hierarchy groups via symbol, and it's this dash symbol here. Let's go ahead and add our category field to the section. So item categories, we'll just drag and drop it here. And we can do the same for location as well. So again, it's this exact same thing. I'm choosing this option because I've got subcategories, right? So child categories. If you've only got parent categories, then you'll just do it accordingly. And let's go ahead and select this option here. Let's zoom in just so you can see. We're just going to drag our items location here. And again, we're going to separate it the hierarchy group via this symbol here. And that's in fact one more thing. All right. And then when we go to our options, we've got the option to set the items that we're going to import to publish or draft. And we've got some other options here as well. All right. So I'm just going to click continue to import setting. Here it says unique identifier. So if you're updating existing listings, then most likely you'll be able to identify each listing via its ID. In my case, I'm just going to select title and then we'll click continue. And I'm only doing title because we left one listing on our website that was 33 and I deleted 32 and I left that why something burger. And we importing another listing with the same title, why something burger. So if we change any information on that listing, then it will just update the one that we've got on our system. All right, let's click confirm and run import. All right, our import's complete. So now let's head over to items, all items. And now let's have a look at one of our imported listing. All right, perfect. All our information has been imported successfully. We've got our image, information about the listing, and so on. And that brings us to the end of this video. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you've got any questions, leave it in the comment below.